serious warning from heaven. A woman who lost her life is sending news about a harm by your neighbor on you who are watching this right now. Open immediately because this message could save you from serious danger. This isn't just another spiritual video. It's a revelation that carries an urgent warning from beyond the grave. Heaven is deeply concerned you might dismiss this message without understanding how real the threat is. The warning you're about to receive has been carefully arranged to reach you at this exact moment before it's too late. There's a divine appointment happening right now as you watch. Don't scroll away because what you're about to learn could protect you from harm that's being planned against you by someone living close to you. A woman who passed away has been allowed by heaven to send you this critical warning about your neighbor's intentions. This isn't an ordinary spiritual message. It's a divine alert about real danger coming from someone you see regularly in your neighborhood. Heaven has been watching your situation with this particular neighbor with serious attention, noticing both the friendly surface and the harmful plans underneath. Missing this particular warning could mean becoming a victim of actions that are already being planned against you. This warning marks a limited-time opportunity to protect yourself before the harm occurs. Heaven cares so deeply about your safety that a deceased woman's spirit was specifically allowed to break through with this message. That's why this warning found you today. Your attention to this video isn't random. It's a divinely arranged moment designed to help you see danger that's been developing right next to you. But you might have been missing all the signs. The woman who passed away saw something from the spiritual realm that living eyes cannot see. Her message is urgent because the window to protect yourself is closing fast, and heaven needs you to understand the seriousness of this situation. Every uncomfortable feeling you've had about this neighbor has been noticed by heaven. Every strange interaction that left you confused has been seen. All the times you've wondered if something was wrong but told yourself you were imagining things have been acknowledged. Your instincts about this neighbor weren't paranoid or unfounded. Those moments when their behavior seemed off but you couldn't explain why. Heaven saw your confusion. The times when their friendliness felt fake, but you dismissed your gut feeling that awareness was real and recognized in the spiritual realm. The courage it takes to face the possibility that someone close to your home might wish you harm has been deeply valued. The questions you've cared about this neighbor's true intentions, sometimes too uncomfortable to share with others, have all been heard. Neighbor relationships aren't always safe, and warning signs aren't always obvious. Sometimes they require spiritual sight to recognize what physical eyes miss. Heaven understands this challenge, which is why a woman who has passed was allowed to make this particular warning so clear you can't possibly ignore it if you're paying attention. The woman sending this warning from beyond was someone who understood neighborhood dangers too late in her own life. Heaven allowed her spirit to communicate this specific danger because she sees from the spiritual realm what living people cannot see. What she learned after passing revealed the true intentions hiding behind your neighbor's everyday behavior. The connection between her experience and your current situation is that she once ignored similar warning signs about someone close to her living space. Why she specifically chose to reach out to you is because heaven showed her that you're in a similar dangerous position right now. The urgency in her message from beyond cannot be overstated. She knows what happens when these warnings go unheeded. How the spiritual realm sees dangers we miss in the physical world is like watching a map where all hidden intentions are revealed. She can see the plans being made against you, the thoughts being thought about you, and the actions being prepared to harm you. Her message is clear. Your neighbor is not who they pretend to be when they smile at you. The warning signs about this neighbor appear in everyday moments but are often overlooked because they seem like normal behavior. This sign shows up in how they watch your house when they think you're not looking, in questions they ask about your schedule, or in their sudden interest in your personal life. It appears in the way they show up at odd times in their eyes when they think you're not paying attention, or in conversations where they're gathering information about when you're home alone. These warning signs connect directly to specific things you've noticed but told yourself weren't important. Heaven chose these particular signs because when you look back, they form an undeniable pattern of someone planning something against you. The window to recognize these danger signs before something happens is closing with each passing day. That's why the deceased woman fought to send this warning through. When you finally see the full pattern of their behavior, you'll understand exactly what kind of threat you're facing. The signs will connect in your mind like pieces of a puzzle, revealing a picture you didn't want to see but need to see for your own protection. The neighbor heaven is warning you about lives close enough to observe your daily patterns. The type of relationship you have with this person appears friendly on the surface, which is exactly what makes them dangerous. Recent changes in their behavior toward you include more attention than before, more questions, or more attempts to get closer to you. Why they've turned harmful intentions toward you might be jealousy, resentment, or reasons you haven't even considered yet. What they are planning or already doing involves watching you, gathering information about you, or preparing to take action that will hurt you in some way. Signs that will help you identify which specific neighbor include who makes you slightly uncomfortable despite being nice, who knows too much about your life, or who appears at strange times. Heaven is revealing their identity through multiple confirmations. Their name will keep appearing. You'll think of them repeatedly, or you'll start noticing their behavior patterns more clearly than before when you review your interactions honestly. When you recognize and heed this warning from heaven about your neighbor, you activate divine protection around your home and life. Taking action based on this spiritual alert protects you from harm that was being planned in secret. Your spiritual discernment about hidden dangers is growing stronger with each warning you recognize. This recognition begins a deeper understanding of how divine protection works in practical everyday situations. How this awareness will impact your daily life includes being more careful about what information you share, being more observant of who's around your property, and trusting your instincts when something feels wrong. The spiritual awakening that comes from recognizing warnings from beyond the grave opens your eyes to dangers that walk past you every day, wearing friendly faces. Protection isn't just spiritual, it's also practical actions guided by spiritual awareness. When heaven warns you, it's because you're valued and your safety matters. The deceased woman who sent this message wants you to avoid the fate she suffered from ignoring similar signs. Her warning is an act of love from the spiritual realm, reaching across death to protect the living from making her same mistakes. There's a wave of heavenly attention focused on your safety right now. You're becoming more spiritually attuned to hidden dangers that exist beneath friendly surfaces. Recognizing this warning from the deceased woman brings a heightened awareness of threats you've been living next to without fully realizing. More spiritual insights about protection and discernment will begin flowing to you than ever before. This isn't happening by chance. It's a carefully arranged intervention designed specifically for this dangerous season. You're living through. Your prayers for safety and protection matter more than you realize. Heaven heard them and responded by allowing this unusual warning to reach you. Your spiritual sensitivity has grown enough that you can receive messages even from those who have passed. When the danger is this serious, this divine attention shows that heaven deeply values your life and wants you protected from the harm your neighbor intends. The deceased woman's concern and effort to warn you demonstrates heaven's love for you in a powerful way. Her message proves that protection doesn't end with death. Those who care continue watching over the living when danger approaches. The timing of this warning arriving now is no coincidence. It comes because you're spiritually ready to handle this difficult truth. This precise moment has been divinely chosen because you've grown enough in awareness to recognize spiritual warnings when they appear. Your spiritual eyes are now open enough to see dangers that might have been invisible to you before. Your heart has been prepared through past experiences with difficult truths. Your wisdom about people and their hidden intentions has deepened through life experience. Your soul is now ready to receive this divine warning more clearly than ever before. All the uncomfortable situations you face with other people have been preparation for recognizing this particular danger. Nothing in your journey of learning to trust your instincts has been wasted. Every experience shaped your ability to recognize warning signs when heaven sends them. This particular warning about your neighbor is connected to larger spiritual protection happening for many people right now who live near those with harmful intentions toward them. If you're feeling protected by this divine warning from heaven, please consider sending a super thanks of 5, 10, 20 or more to support our channel's mission of sharing these important messages from the spiritual realm. Your generosity helps these urgent warnings reach those who desperately need protection from dangers they cannot see. When you give, you participate in a sacred exchange that allows us to continue creating content that connects people with heaven's protective messages in these dangerous times when evil hides behind friendly faces. As you recognize which neighbor heaven is warning you about, take practical steps to protect yourself without creating direct conflict. Start by limiting the personal information you share with this person about your schedule, your plans, or when you're home alone. Watch their behavior more carefully and trust what you observe rather than what they say. Spiritual actions for protection include praying for divine covering over your home, asking heaven to expose any harmful plans before they happen, and requesting angelic protection around your property. How to verify which neighbor is the threat comes through paying attention to who makes you uncomfortable, who asks too many questions, or who shows up unexpectedly too often. Balance this new awareness with wisdom by being alert but not fearful, cautious but not paranoid. Don't confront this neighbor directly about your suspicions because that could make the situation more dangerous. Instead, protect yourself strategically through awareness, boundaries, and spiritual covering. Set clear boundaries about your privacy and personal space without explaining why. Let prayer be your shield and discernment be your guide as you navigate living near someone with harmful intentions toward you. As you become sensitive to this divine warning about your neighbor, think about how you can help others who might be living near dangerous people too. Your experience receiving this message from a deceased woman shows that heaven actively sends warnings to protect people from harm. Your story will bring hope to people feeling unsafe in their own neighborhoods or wondering if their uncomfortable feelings about neighbors are valid. This warning isn't meant to be kept private. It's an invitation to help others recognize when someone close to them has harmful intentions. Heaven often works through those who have received warnings to help awaken others who are still missing the danger signs around them. Your newfound awareness about neighbor threats serves as both personal protection and an opportunity to minister to others in similar situations. When you share how heaven revealed which neighbor was dangerous, others learn to trust their own instincts and spiritual warnings before something terrible happens to them too. Picture a future where you live safely despite the neighbor who wished you harm. Imagine divine protection surrounding your home, constantly spiritual alerts arriving precisely when you need them, and your understanding of heaven's protective communication growing beyond anything you've experienced before. Heaven stands with you, encouraging you to embrace this journey of spiritual protection with complete trust in divine guidance. This is truly your moment to experience deeper connection with the spiritual realm through recognizing warnings that save your life. This marks the beginning of a time when your protective instincts, wisdom about people, and spiritual awareness will be more aligned with heaven than ever before. Accept this blessing of warning with gratitude and remember that you're surrounded by divine support even when living near someone dangerous. The path ahead holds safety and peace as you walk in the protection that comes from heeding heaven's warnings. What relief awaits as you learn to recognize and respond to divine alerts about the people around you. If this protective message from the deceased woman has awakened awareness in your spirit, please consider blessing our channel with a super thanks of 5, 10, 20, or whatever amount feels right to you. Your support helps us continue sharing these urgent warnings from heaven with people who need protection from dangerous neighbors. If you're ready to acknowledge that you know which neighbor heaven is warning you about, type 999 in the comments below as your declaration of protective awareness and commitment to staying safe. The journey of recognizing heavenly warnings about dangerous people continues beyond this revelation from the deceased woman as you step into new protective awareness about your neighbor. Stay grounded in prayer and spiritual practices that keep your discernment sharp and accurate. Every warning sign you recognize could be the exact information someone else has been waiting to see about their own dangerous situation. Your growing spiritual sensitivity serves as inspiration for others wondering if heaven still protects people from harm today. Move forward with an attentive heart, a watchful mind, and a wise spirit that knows when to create distance from dangerous people. The deceased woman's message has fulfilled its divine purpose by reaching you before the harm could happen. By paying attention to this warning, you honor heaven's protection and the woman's sacrifice to reach across death to save you. Trust the spiritual guidance you've received about which neighbor poses a threat. Take practical protective actions and know that heaven is watching over you in this dangerous situation.